let's talk about delving for a quick moment. Let's talk about quickly about delving. So a lot of people keep asking me, what am I going to play on Delve? What are good builds for Delve, for the Infinite Delve? And there's a few things we need to keep in mind with this. And that is the event is limiting us to only be in Delve, right? We get access to gems, right? But we don't get access to the benchcraft. This means a big limitation on anything that utilizes benchcrafting. So we're not going to get any trigger craft, for example, which automates summoner builds. We're going to have a harder time going CI because we can't benchcraft that life roll on a good CI piece or the energy shield on a good life piece. So we're going to have a lot of limitations happening. But there's going to be a lot of fossils, which means we have some access to it. So high CI builds that is able to play life-based until you have the gear, or hybrid builds into a CI would work very well. Another thing to keep in mind is that we don't get Pantheons. And without Pantheons, we're going to be in a position where things like the ignitions is going to be terrible versus CI builds. That is a big problem, which you can only solve through flasks, right? So I think that, to stick to the CI topic, I think that there's going to be a couple of CI builds for sure. I believe that some people will want to play the Vortex build, for example, the Cold Snap Vortex. I think that's going to be really decent, because you can very easily go from life into a CI strategy with it, but you're gonna want the dispelling of ignitions with that build. I also think that because of these things, and the fact that in Delve, corpse removal is really good to get rid of on-death effects and porcupines and stuff like that, is going to be very, very juicy. That means that we're going to have a couple builds that will excel more than others. So builds that go crit and freeze and shatter is going to be one of them. Corpse removal from Bleed Explosions Gladiator will be another. So, for example, Corrupting Fever Gladiator will definitely be one of the more played builds, I think. I also think that Toxic Rain will be pretty good in general, but I also believe that Saboteurs, Miners, Trappers, doesn't matter. It's going to be super effective. They have the burst. We can go with the Icicle. We can go with Seismic Trap. We can go with Eye of Winter. If you go Eye of Winter, you have access to actually getting to the point where you are shattering, freezing, and shit. And then all you need is a freeze immunity flask, because the ascendancies from Saboteur, as you can see over here, gives you immunity to both Ignite and Shock. So that's another free way to do so. And if you go with Eye of Winter, for example, you're going to be able to clear that very well. I think Eye of Winter is going to be very, very juicy. So I think that Saboteurs and Gladiators will be very prominent. Thank you so much, Lich KS, for the Prime sub. Very much appreciate that, dude. I think those will be the most prominent scene builds in the Endless Delve. When it comes to minion builds, I think that Absolution can work, but you don't have any corpse removal with it in the same sense. I think that Spectres is a no-go. That's a dead end to go with. I also believe that Dominating Blow will probably be one of the most stable builds you can play with. And the reason for that is because you get the modifiers when you take over the monsters. There's not that many boss fights outside of the all fight that is interesting. And very few builds will be able to do that with the limitation that we have either way. So I think the Dominating Blow will be really good, because what happens with Dominating Blow when you hit something and you actually take over that minion to become a sentinel for you, that actually takes the enemy when he dies. So it never generates a corpse, which means that it negates the entire effect of bone husks, porcupines, you name it, right? So we're going to be in a position where I think Dominating Blow will be pretty pressing in the Infinite Delve beta when it comes to minion builds, at least. But other than that, I think we're just going to see a shitload of Saboteurs, Gladiators, and for the minion parts, maybe Absolution, but mostly I think we're going to be seeing a ton of Dominating Blow builds. But that's my take. That's my prediction on Delve builds. I will personally probably play Dominating Blow or something Saboteur. I haven't decided yet. And that's it. I hope you guys will enjoy the Infinite Delve event. And that's just my predictions on it. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay safe. Keep rocking.